So let me take you to revenue ratios. Okay, and this is on stock ratios what we had done, balance sheet. Yeah, so here comes my revenue ratios. Now, what was balance sheet ratios? Balance sheet ratios were ratios figures of which comes from balance sheet. Okay, so what are revenue ratios? Revenue ratios are those ratios whose figures come from revenue statement. Simple as that. Okay, when I did balance sheet ratios with you, I clearly mentioned that the figures of the balance sheet ratios come from the vertical balance sheet, and the numerator and the denominator in the formulas, they are also from the balance sheet only, so you don't have to think much about it. So what about revenue ratios? Same thing, ratios based on figures from the revenue statement, that is the P&L account, is called as revenue ratios. Okay, that means the numerator and denominator of whichever formula we will learn today, both will be from the revenue statement. Okay, that is from the P&L account. Okay, so what is the purpose behind studying revenue ratios? Now I'll tell you, I'll just tell it to you all in a nutshell, students. आप जो भी formula पढ़ोगे ना in revenue ratios, just remember, okay? Just listen carefully what I'm saying. What do you mean by revenue? Revenue means sales. Which sales I am specific about? Net sales I'm talking about. Okay, when I'm talking about revenue, revenue means income. Income means it comes from sale of finished goods, and once you sell finished goods, you have to take the net sales, you have to consider the net sales for calculating the revenue ratios. Okay, so today all the 6 formulas that I'm going to discuss with you in short, you will see all the formulas may the denominator will be net sales only multiplied with 100, because revenue ratios are expressed in percentage. So ये दो चीज कॉमन होगी, एक तो इंटू 100 कॉमन होगा. बैलेंस शीट रेशियोज में ऐसा नहीं है, बैलेंस शीट रेशियोज में सिलेक्टिव जगह पे 100 है. Okay, into 100 है, because we had done the types of forms of ratios, pure ratio, percentage ratio, we had done, you remember? Yeah, so their balance sheet ratio is a mixture of those forms of ratio, and in revenue ratios there are only percentage ratios. The form of revenue ratio is what it is in a percentage form. Okay, and all its formulas in the denominator will have net sales. So बस ये चीज एक ध्यान में रखो. Numerator will depend upon what you are calculating, but denominator will be fixed because the name of the ratio is revenue ratio. Revenue means net sales. Am I clear about this? Acknowledge it in the chat box. समझ में आया whatever I'm saying? What connection I'm showing with ratios to you all? Okay. Piyush, are you not able to hear me? Okay, my voice is breaking. Okay. So see, what is the purpose behind studying these ratios? Yeah, see, these ratios study the relationship between profitability and sales of the concern. That is the, okay, purpose is this ratio studies the relationship between profitability and sales. That is what I said. The name is revenue ratios. So the first revenue ratio is gross profit ratio, the GP ratio. Okay. See, the abbreviation is G slash P, capital G slash capital P, GP ratio. See, what did I tell you there? What did I say? See, the numerator will be what in all the formulas? It will denominator will be in all the formulas net sales only, and this 100 element will be common. Only the numerator will change depending on what you are calculating. So what am I calculating? I am calculating GP ratio. So my numerator will have GP ratio divided by net sales. Why? Because I'm comparing profitability with sales. Okay, into 100. Okay, so whatever answer you get, that will be in percentage. Okay, yeah. See, this ratio, it is a profitability ratio which shows the relationship between profit, that is gross profit, and sales. Okay, so what is the purpose of studying this ratio? Obviously, when you are calculating GP, okay, हमने किया था ये, I will tell you which ratio में. Wait, I'll say. Okay. when you're calculating GP, how do you calculate GP as per the revenue statement? It is sales less COGS and we get gross profit, isn't it? Yeah. So this word which I'm talking about, this one, COGS, this COGS is a combination of this direct cost. Okay, what is that COGS? It's a combination of your direct cost. Now, what is this direct cost? Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses in connection to the manufacturing activity. Okay, yeah. So obviously its purpose is to have control over these elements of cost, the direct cost. Okay. Yeah. So it indicates how efficient the company is managing its production, purchase, selling, and inventory. That is stock. Okay. How good it has control over its direct cost. So you understood the concept why direct cost is coming into picture. Yeah. Okay. So how much amount of what do you call? How much amount is left with the company so that it can meet its other expenses, and how much net profit it can make. Okay. See, how do you calculate net profit? Yeah. If my revenue is, my selling price is 10 rupees, my COGS is say 4 rupees. So my GP, gross profit is how much? 6. If my gross profit is 6, after this, बाकी के खर्चे शुरू होते हैं. What is that खर्चा? Operating expense. Okay. Now operating expense maybe there are 3 varieties: admin expense, selling and distribution expense, financial expense. Understood? So that is what it means. How much amount is left to meet the other expenses and how much net profit we are going to earn. So this is GP ratio ka, what do you call, importance. Okay. So this 6 rupees indicates how much amount I can now use on my, on my operating expenses. Next. Okay. Now, in balance sheet ratios, we learned about standard ratios. They say, what was that? We studied current ratio. What is the standard current ratio? 2:1. Then we studied about quick ratio. What is the standard quick ratio? 1:1. Like this. Okay. So, ऐसे GP ratio निकालने के लिए there is no standard ratio. There is no industry ratio set कि GP ratio इतना होना चाहिए या इससे ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, इससे कम नहीं होना चाहिए. ऐसा कोई standard ratio नहीं है GP ratio निकालने के लिए. Okay, there is no standards mentioned. So see, I have written there is no standard GP ratio in absolute terms. Okay, there is no set rules ki a GP ratio should be this proportion, should be this percentage. Okay, so then how companies decide their GP ratio? So these are the 3 steps. Either of the one you can follow. See, each company has to decide its own standard ratio based on, first, its own past GP ratio. Okay, obviously that is one standard I can set. If in the first year, of my business, my GP ratio was say 20%. Okay, then in the second year of my business, my GP ratio was 25%. In the third year of my business, my GP ratio was 30%, and so on. In the fourth year, it became 50%. So obviously, if I compare my GP ratio with the past year, so obviously I'm improving. Okay, obviously it is an indication to me as a businessman that I am improving. Okay, so this is one of the indicators. You can compare with your own past GP ratio. That's your standard, or GP ratio of other companies in the same industry. Okay, same industry means if I'm manufacturing a pen, I have to compare my GP ratio with other manufacturers who are also producing pen. I cannot compare my GP ratio with people who are manufacturing, say, shoes, people who are manufacturing accessories, people who are manufacturing, like computers, TVs, and all. I cannot compare with them. If I have to compare my GP ratio, I have to compare with other companies who are into the same industry, matlab into the same line of business. Okay, and third option, the average for the entire industry. Now, how is this average calculated? I'll give you an example. Okay. Okay. say pen बनाने का first company, pen company 1, pen company 2, pen company 3, pen company 4, pen company 5. There are 5 companies, different companies with different brands, but manufacturing what? Pen. So this is called as same industry. Understood? Yeah. Okay. So say इसका GP ratio है 20%, इसका GP ratio है 30, इसका है 35, इसका है 40, इसका है से 50. Okay, तो क्या करने का? Yeah, this is an entire industry. I'm giving an example. So take the average of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll divide by 5. If there are 4 people, then you, 4 companies will divide with 4. There are 3 companies who divide with 3. There are 10 companies who divide with 10. So this is how you remove the average. Okay, I'll show just a minute. Yeah. So 20 plus 30 plus 35 plus 40 plus 50 divided by 5. Okay, so the average GP ratio is 35. Understood? Clear, everyone? Is this concept clear? How a GP ratio is decided in an industry? Okay, so you can follow either of the ways. First, comparing your own GP ratio, your past performance. Second option, okay, comparing with others in the same line of business. And third option, you can calculate the average of the people in the same line of business. Okay, yeah. Is it clear? Acknowledge it in the chat box till here, whatever I have discussed. Is it clear to everyone? Then I'll move on to the next ratio. Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So, याद रखना, this concept which I have explained, this is applicable to others also. So I will not explain this again. Okay. Yeah. For all the other ratios, wherever you're calculating profit, this is applicable. Huh? The same standard. Yeah. Next, second is the operating ratio. Operating ratio depends on what? Operating expenses. Okay. Yeah. So see, it expresses the relationship between total operating cost and obviously what is my denominator always in this ratio? Net sales. So see, everything is in relationship to net sales. See, it expresses the relationship between total operating cost with obviously net sales because the name is revenue ratio. See, there it was what? GP and net sales like this. So see, formula is COGS plus operating expenses upon net sales into 100. And your final answer will be in percentage. Okay. Didn't I say your denominator will be same in all the formulas and this into 100 element will also be common in all the formulas. Yeah. Yeah. Only your numerator will keep changing depending on what you are calculating. Okay. And operating expenses, maybe there are 3 varieties. And don't forget that, students, the operating expense may be 3 varieties: admin, selling, and financial expense. Okay, yes. What is the purpose of this ratio? Obviously, with the word operating expenses, it indicates the cost of operations. It also helps us to calculate the efficiency of the management with respect to its operating expenses. What are operations? How good you are running your business. Okay, so there are different operations: administrative part to be handled, selling and distribution part to be handled, the financial expenses to be handled. So all these 3 part comprises of operations. Okay, even production activity is a part of operation. Okay, manufacturing just for yes. How efficient the company is in controlling its cost of production, purchases, labor, administration, selling, and inventory. Okay, how much amount of out of the sales revenue is used up in carrying out the operations of the company. I said that agar your selling price is 10 rupees, okay, and then your COGS is 6 say 4 rupees, so this is 6. So after this 6, what will you spend on, you spend on your operations, operating activities. Okay, so say you are spending 5 rupees on your operating activity, so balance 1 rupee is my net profit. Okay, so it helps you to estimate that, ascertain that in advance. Okay. Okay, and as I told you, yeah, this part is common. See, the same part I have written it again over here. But see, the word GP I have removed. Its own past. In GP ratio, it was its own GP ratio. Here it is what? Its own past operating ratio. Okay, its own past, which ratio? Operating ratio. Okay. Same way to compare its own past operating ratio. I told you now, same cheese hai. There is nothing new. Operating ratio. Okay. Add this new line. That's it. Next, expense ratio. Okay. Now, just I explained you. Just what did I tell you? Operating expense में क्या क्या आता है? Administrative related expenses, selling and distribution related expenses, and financial expenses. Okay. So this forms a part of expense ratio. So the third ratio is, after operating ratio, expense ratio. Okay. It explains the relationship between each item of expenditure. What is this each item of expenditure? Means if it is admin, then admin. If it is selling, then it is only selling. And if it is financial expenses, then it is only financial expenses. Means your numerator will keep changing, but your denominator will be same, net sales. Okay, see, you can see here in the formula where I have expressed. See, first expense ratio may be, there are three sub expense ratio. Admin. See, I told you now, your numerator, your denominator will be same, and this 100 will be common. See, everywhere denominator is same. So this is one of the easy ratios to remember. Okay, see, only the numerator is changing. If I'm calculating admin expense ratio, I'll take numerator में admin expense. If I'm calculating selling and distribution expense ratio, I will take selling and distribution expense. Okay, you can even make this more specific, students. Yeah, instead of selling, you can even write selling and distribution. Obviously, we use that word, selling and distribution. Okay. Here, is it clear till here? Everyone, is it clear till expense ratio to everyone? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Formulas are very important. Yeah, obviously, we have to do sums based on that. Okay. So, what is the purpose of this ratio? Obviously, to calculate its individual expenditures in comparison to net sales. Okay. Yeah. See, it helps to know the cause behind the overall change in the operating ratio. It indicates the efficiency of the management in controlling its expenses, and obviously have to have a control over your expenses so that the profit increases, right? So same example I'll give you. Selling price is 10, COGS is 4, so my GP is 6. इसमें से मैं मेरा ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंस हटा दूंगी. से मैंने कितना एग्जांपल लिया था 5, so my net profit is 1. So if I can estimate this, I can also plan out that I can change this. I will try to lower this down. अगर मैं इसको 3 पे लाती हूँ तो ये कितना हो जाएगा 6 minus 3 3, तो मेरा प्रॉफिट 2 रुपया बढ़ जाएगा. Okay, so this is called as cost controlling. How will you control your cost? Because generally what happens, this element है ना 4 rupees, यहाँ पे इसको reduce करना is not that easy. Okay, yeah, इसको reduce करना मतलब you have to keep a check on your direct cost, and to reduce direct cost means to you can hamper your efficiency. Okay, if you're reducing your direct cost, you are hampering your efficiency. How? You will say, ma'am, कैसे? Direct cost मतलब क्या? Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. Okay, so ये तो मेरे prime cost है. It is very very required. So अगर say my 4 rupees का breakup is say 2 1 1, and this makes 4 rupees COGS. So मेरे को 2 रुपए का raw material I'm taking, okay, and if I try to see कि I get raw material at 1.5, so obviously the quality of 2 rupees raw material and 1.5 would differ. Okay, so somewhere you are compromising with the quality. That is why I said, okay, so ऐसा नहीं है you cannot have a check on your direct cost or you cannot reduce your COGS. You can do that, but if I am comparing COGS reduction and operating expense reduction, then operating expenses reduction is comparatively easier than COGS reduction. Okay, yeah. And so see, in a nutshell, I have made this diagrammatic form so that you understand. Operating ratios is the main heading. In that you have two, COGS and operating expense ratio. Okay, to be more specific. So when I'm talking about COGS ratio, see, I've made it so specific. I said now, what is COGS? It comprises of material, labor, and expenses. Which expenses? Factory related expenses. Okay, yeah. So material expense. So see, everywhere, see, your numerator is, your denominator is net sales into 100. Only the numerator is changing depending on what you have to calculate. See this COGS ratio, net sales into 100. Numerator में आएगा COGS. See this material expense ratio, net sales into 100. Numerator में material expense will come. Net sales into 100. Net sales into 100. And numerator में what will come accordingly. Labor है तो labor you will calculate. Factory expense है then it is factory expense in the numerator. Okay. Then see operating expense ratio, net sales into 100. Only the numerator is changing as to what you are calculating. Admin expense, see, net sales into 100. Everywhere, net sales into hundreds. Okay, net sales into 100. So just remember this. And the numerator keeps changing depending on what you're calculating. So if I'm calculating admin expense, my numerator will be admin expense. Selling to selling. Finance to finance. Okay. And here, just remember financial expenses. When I was doing vertical revenue statements with you, I had made it very clear to you all when you are calculating financial expenses, you will not include interest on loans and debentures. उसको हम अलग से दिखाते हैं, याद है मैंने बोला था, yeah, okay. We have to show it separately because of the presentation style of the vertical balance sheet, so that whoever is the users of the financial statements, they get a clear picture of how much interest on loans and debentures is paid, because it's borrowed funds. So the shareholders or the end users of the financial statement should know how much borrowed funds pay interest you are paying, and that too separately it should be mentioned. Okay, yeah. Then operating profit ratio. It explains the relationship between operating profit, obviously, and net sales. Okay. The other name for this ratio is net operating profit ratio. Okay. इसका दूसरा नाम है. So you call it operating ratio or you call it net profit operating ratio. It's one and the same. Okay. If you look into the formula C, net sales into 100, and everything is expressed in percentage, so everywhere into 100 is mandatory, and numerator will depend on what you are calculating. So I am calculating operating profit, so my numerator will have operating profit. Okay. Obviously the purpose behind this, it's a profitability ratio, so the purpose behind this ratio is जो उसका मीनिंग है वही उसका पर्पस भी है. ठीक है. Indicates profits from operations, that is operating activity. Okay. Yeah. And how much amount is left to meet the non-operating expenses जो बच गया. Okay. Then net profit ratio, NPAT. Okay. Net profit after tax upon net sales into 100. See the common element I'm highlighting with yellow. Okay. Obviously it explains the relationship between net profit and sales. Okay. Now your noteworthy thing is, I'll tell you what. Okay. Many textbooks takes this numerator as net profit before tax. Okay, if you are referring any books, any textbooks I'm talking, okay, if you are referring any reference books, then they will not write NPBT, they will write NPAT. Okay, that is what even I am following. So in textbooks, you will find they writing in the numerator net profit before tax, which is absolutely wrong. Okay, when you're calculating net profit ratio, I should know my net profit after I have paid my taxes, not before. Okay, fine. So if you are referring any textbook and if you see NPBT, please don't follow that. It is NPAT, not NPBT. Okay, am I clear about it? Samajh mein aaya? Acknowledged in the chat box. Till here, is it understood? It is not NPBT, it will be NPAT, net profit after taxes. This is important. Okay. So what is the purpose of net profit ratio? Obviously, to have a check on all the types of activities of your business. Okay, so there are basically three activities of a business. Okay, it's an investing activity. Yeah, see this. I'm talking about this activity. Okay, business mein there are three types of activities: operating activities, financing activity, and investment activity. Okay, so every business activity is divided into three levels. Every businessman's business is divided into three activity levels: operating activity level, financing activity level, and investment activity level. Okay, all this we will discuss in detail when we will do cash flow statements. Okay, right? Yeah. In that chapter, you have this cash flow statements. May you have this part. So there, I will explain in detail this three level of activities. Okay, so इस पे पूरा एक chapter है operating activities, investing पर. See, here also it's mentioned. See this. Yeah, I just discussed, right? Operating activities, financing activities, okay, and investment activity. Okay, so what is this activity? Operating activity, buying and selling of goods, finished goods. What is financing activity? Buying and selling of buying and selling matlab not exactly buying and selling. It means borrowing and lending of funds. Loan lena, loan dena. Aisa. Okay, that is called financing activity. And then investment activity means buying and selling of investments. Okay, so इस पे पूरा एक chapter है known as cash flow statement, which we will study later. Okay, and the last part, stock turnover ratio. This I had done along with balance sheet ratio also, because there was one sum जहाँ पे balance sheet ratio के साथ इसको पूछा था stock turnover ratio. Okay, so we have already done this. So what is turnover? Turnover means the number of times you are able to convert your stock into finished goods. Okay, so this is the formula COGS upon average stock, and whatever final answer you get, that is in number of times, frequency. Okay, and stock velocity also we have done earlier. 1 upon stock turnover into, if I want my answer in days, then multiply with 365. If I want my answer in months, then multiply with 12. If I want my answer in weeks, then multiply with 52. Okay, see, it is an activity ratio which explains the relationship between sales and stock, how fast your stock is converted into sales. Okay, it calculates the speed at which stock is being turned, matlab converted into sales. Okay, and it also calculates the velocity, that is the speed, the rate at which the period taken by the average stock sold. It takes 15 days, 30 days. Okay, so whatever is a stock velocity answer. If the answer is say 40 days, that means it takes 40 days for your stock to get converted into sales. Okay, indicates the efficiency of how good you manage your stock and how good you're utilizing your stock to get converted into sales. Okay, and then this. Same thing I said, right? Okay, so next lecture we'll start with sums of all these 6 revenue ratios.